Ahoy, 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 people of the interwebs. So today we're going to be looking at this girl. This is Boom Girl from OneToys, which is 1/6, 12-inch scale, third party, choking hazards, version of Jinx from Arcane. Probably very specifically Arcane, not from League of Legends. This is definitely based on the Netflix series, Series 1 look. And yeah, we're going to take a look out. I have already opened this up once. We're just going to kind of do it again for the sake of brevity on the camera. So yeah, fantastic, cool. Some product shots on the outer sleeve. Just their own little Boom Girl logo on the front. So yeah, for a fake third party name, Boom Girl's all right, but obviously we've got a box with it in basil on there, to make it legally distinct. So open up. This is the deluxe version. So I believe it has a hand cannon and an extra head compared to the standard release. So just some packaging foam. So the first tray, we have hands, gun, and some other accessories stand. So we can take that out. We'll look at that a little bit later on. And this is the main event. Here she is. She did have some plastic wrapped up on her face beforehand, but not on the arms and stuff, which I thought was a little bit surprised at, because got these tattoos drawn on and all that. So yeah, we'll just get her out. Packaging like so. Good sturdy plastic weight to her. See, so well, we can make that out. Really cool face sculpt. Really, really captures the character. Got all these soft goods for the top and for those stripy, steampunky circus pants. Yeah, just all in all, just a really kind of impressive looking figure. This one, yeah, the OneToys have gone for a solid body. There is some stretch in the plastic. Found this belt that's supposed to be the bottom of the top does, when you start moving things around, kind of have a tendency to drop low, and you have to push it back up, which is a little bit of a pain. But yeah, so they've gone for, you can see the arms. I'm going to say you can see the cut. It's not a seamless body, which the official Hot Toys one is. I think it might, because this is a softer plastic for the body, there might be a little bit of a butterfly there, but not much. There's a bicep swivel. There's a double joint in the elbows, and kind of the usual kind of 1/6 scale hand pegs. We get spare hands, but I don't think we get any spare pegs in there, so be careful. Yeah, I've got all the good details there, all the kind of different painted fingernails. I was going to say toenails, and that would be completely inaccurate. Again, the head comes off. I was going to see, there's kind of a bit of a, but not really much of a bend in the actual neck joint itself. You can feel it move, but it just moves back into place, really. So it's not really got any kind of meaningful articulation, as it were. And there's that belt slipping down again. That's right. Well, it'll be slipped down for the remainder of the review. So cool. I don't want it to kind of, you can see the continuation of the tattoos there on the chest. Cool belts. I think one of them can move there. Again, you know, material feels all right on the pants. A little bit, maybe slightly thin. Double joint at the knee. There is a swivel here up in the calf. You can get some kind of splits, and I think, you know, you do get probably a little bit more confidence on some of this articulation due to the fact that it is not a seamless body. Also, yeah, probably put a head back on her in a minute. So I don't know why the boots are a solid piece, so they swivel, but you can't. There's not much ankle articulation there, so that's it. I don't know why they've gone for 3 separate heads rather than an actual face swap gimmick, but that's head number 2. That's that. It's, you know, Manic Jinx. Really cool. That's really cool. So there's bendy wire in these braids, so they can have them in through there. But yeah, it is solid plastic. There's no kind of like artificial hair there, and so there's a swivel here and bendy plastic, so you can kind of get these kind of going full on some insane flowing, should you wish, for your posing. So that's head sculpt number 2, and head sculpt number 3 is the more, I'd say, more of a powder face. This is more like a, what have I done? A little bit frightened, or maybe she's just fooling you by pulling that face, and she's just gonna flip at any minute. But yeah, I think the right colours are more blue on this one, whereas the more I've got that Hex Tech purple on here, and yeah, Hex Tech purple on here. Do they have any kind of UV reactivity activity on here? No. Well, no, but I don't know if we can make this out, but on this one you can see there's some kind of scuff mark there that is, when we put the UV on, it actually becomes apparent that there's a scuff on the face. So that's maybe not the best, but there you go. Yeah, we have accessories in here. We have one of her grenades. She's got a movable mouth, so you can chomp, 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 chomp. And on this side we have if we can get it out. Nice. We have a cymbal monkey. Of course, it was never in this fixed state at all. It had been blown to smithereens. It was just a head by the time Jinx is this old. But we'll let that slide just to have a cool cymbal monkey. You can't wind the gear or anything like that. It does have, read the head. You can take the head off. No crystals in there or room to put them. It's got some kind of basic articulation in the arms. So we're going to go to the see the other layer. We have, let's go pistol first. So we have a Jinxie pistol. I don't think there's any kind of like movability. You can't like cock it or put any ammunition in or anything like that on that one. There's a little tiny baggie of Hextech crystals, just to come a little useful if you want to blow anything up. Just go put them down carefully. And we have the big old. This is what This is what the deluxe prize is for. Is to get this big old minigun thing. So again, there's no articulation here at the handle of the thing, and rather disappointingly, the drums don't spin, or at least they're painted well enough that I do not feel confident in trying to make them spin, and I think I'd snap them. I can't see any moving parts here, so that's it. And kind of the detail in the bottom is very flat, so even though that was kind of like the deluxe thing, it is a little disappointing, let's say. Stand, Boom Girl. There is a drawer. I've done this before. It's got the stand is in here, but it's kind of spring loaded. Yeah. This attacked me last time I did this, so get that out. Okay, it's a crotch cradle. Now we can so like that, and you should have something to sit on. And what else? Right. So we have a trigger finger here, so we can, again, very hard plastic, so we might probably best to have warmed these up, but we are where we are, and we've put trigger finger in there, so we can just kind of take your hand off, and there we go. Holds the gun quite well. Should we? Let's give the pogo the head, shall we? Right. Oh, it's not this bit that you need to take off. It's the actual. You need to get it down to the actual peg. So, get the peg. There you go, pop that down. I find sometimes it's a bit annoying that when you're moving things around, especially for the first time, you might not actually find the right tolerance part to have put the hand on correctly, but there we go. So we've got that. Let's see. So that's for left hand, and so we have let's see. So again, for the left hand, we've got a kind of a pointy gun, like a finger gun hand, and let's see, fist, and more of that's the right hand, more of a gesturing hand, So presume that again, and then they're just copied over for the right. And this version of Jinx, they're not kind of they're not, the hands aren't asymmetrical. She's wearing the same type of gloves for both hands, and yeah, so I presume you just use, in the absence of any other kind of grabbing hand, you'd use that same trigger hand for the base of the gun, and maybe use another, this kind of gesturing hand on here. Yeah, let's try and finish off with kind of some minigun holding. So we'll slot the support on. This is kind of minigun ablazing, so that's quite cool. That's quite cool. Again, I think they've done a really cool job. I really like the head sculpts, especially. I think that's where this shines, along with the kind of, you know, the tattoo markings on the body and stuff like that. I think it's really kind of, they've done a really great job in creating, you know, Arcane Jinx. I just think for the pro images and some of the first videos that are coming out of the official one from Hot Toys, I think Hot Toys have kind of really done something quite spectacular. But for a more budget release, a third-party figure that's going to get all your accessories and going to make a really cool Jinx in your collection, I think Boom Girl is definitely a way to go. I think the Hot Toys one, Jinx, will be something quite special, but obviously a little bit more pricey and maybe more vulnerable, and also probably will probably sell out quite quickly, I think. If size comparison, I suppose, I didn't really know who to compare this one to. So we've got to against Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, so very similar sizes. They probably look quite good together. Cyberpunk meets steampunk, or magic punk, whatever you want to call it. And also, talking of magic punk, here she is next to a 1/6 scale Mondo Trap Jaw. Again, why do these two, they look good together for some reason, but they do. And if you don't really collect this scale of figures, here is next to a standard 6-inch scale figure with Raptor from G.I. Joe. So yeah, that half a size, because yeah, that's you know, 1/6, 1/12, 1/12, 1/6. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway, they've done a really good job. I'm really glad I've got her, but I'm also really glad I've also purchased the Hot Toys version. And now I just needed kind of someone to make a really good season 1 Vi. I mean, Hot Toys are doing a season 2 Vi, which I think season 1 was very much Vi's season, so I would have preferred that look. But hey ho, here we are. Hope you've been a wonderful audience. Leave comments in the doobly-doo below. Until the next time, why don't you reach across the screen and give each other a big old fist bump with a bisto? Fisto!